sure you guys can hear me. All right, that's fine. Like I was saying, okay, you didn't even hear me, so there's no need to continue. Let me start fresh. So welcome to day two. We have actually taken you a notch higher, and we are going to build from strength to strength. It's already very late, and I'm going to brush on what we have given to you theoretically, so that you'll be able to understand. Some people are still saying, I can't hear you. What you need to do is to log in with your audio. Can you guys hear me? Is there anybody that is hearing me? All right. So like I was saying, today we have taken a notch higher and we're dealing with currency pairs, as a matter of fact. Currency pairs, like the name suggests, are two currencies put together. And of course, uh, you either sell one or buy the other, even in a simultaneous action. So I'm going to share my screen for you to see a typical currency pair. Um, I know a couple of you are having problems, but I think it should be with your own device. So once you are trying to join us, join with audio. You will see an option to always join with audio, connect with audio. All right. So try to fix yourself up and get familiar with the Zoom app. I think that's where the problem comes in as well. All right. So now this is my screen, and we are currently on GBP CAD, that is British pound, and then against the Canadian dollar. In this case, GBP is the base currency, and CAD is the quote currency, as you can see on the screen. Now, once we are taking action, we are either buying one and selling the other, depending on the positionings of the pairs. All right. So, like the note has already given some explanations. This is exactly what you will be doing. It's just like trying to sell your naira against the dollar, or actually selling the dollar against the naira. So whichever is higher than the currencies you are pairing, you make profit in the course of those actions, buying and selling. So that is just the typical and the basics of what you'll be experiencing in the course of the activities here. Now, this is a typical chart. We have actually introduced you to some terminologies where you find long, short, and all of that. I want to tell you that there are a whole lot of things you'll be getting even in the course of our interactions. So there's no need to be in a hurry to get all the terminologies. Fortunately or unfortunately, you cannot get all of them all in one day. But then let's go on to the most interesting question as to how do I start to trade, right? This is actually what everybody is longing to hear. How do I start to make money? How do I start to engage myself in the foreign exchange market? Three things are the contributory factors as to um, you know, how you make money in the foreign exchange market. What determines your ability to make money in the foreign exchange market is your capacity to balance the technical, the fundamental, and also the sentimental activities. Now, yesterday, someone asked a question about, you know, how do I, or can I use Forex knowledge to trade the uh, BTC and all of that. Now, I responded by saying that technically, which has to do with the activities here, each of these candles, are giving information as to what the market is doing at a particular time. If it is on a higher time frame, like possibly the 4-hour time frame like this, it shows that this candle has been doing something for the past 4 hours. Now, this is a component of technical analysis. Just like today, we gave a trade. I think that was a GBP JPY. And technically, we analyzed, if you can see our charts, this is what happened. We said we actually gave a trade for us to buy from this level and up here. And if you go to confirm, that trade went in massive profit. In fact, I think I can even share that particular um, trade with you. Let me see if I can find that. Okay, this is what we had. This is exactly what we sent to the group. So the trade went in our bias massively, and we made some profits. Now, this technical analysis is informed by fundamental analysis, and that has to do with news, all of those economic activities. All right, the economies of some countries are all determinant as to what the market will do, the movement of the market, and all of that. So once we are talking about fundamentals, we are talking about news, economies of countries, the strength of one currency against the other, determined by either employment rates, uh, lack of employment. There is one news we call in Forex the king of the news, that is the non-farm payroll, that is NFP. Is a very major news, and of course, it constitutes part of the fundamental analysis. You can also find Forex Factory. If you can see my screen, here at Forex Factory, you see daily news. Today is Tuesday, 22nd June. You see there are a whole lot of news release, and all of these news release affect the market differently. You see all of these ones with yellow file, with these are called low impact news, and the one with red file is called high impact news. They affect the market massively. And then the one with brown file is called medium impact news. Now, just like the name suggests, they affect the market in that degree. All right. So what we have here is files that we can actually interpret at different times, and we are going to teach you how to use this information for the benefit of your trading journey. And then, of course, when we come to sentimental activities, you have the commitment of traders is one of the sites you can actually find information on them, sentimental activities. Now, sentimental analysis helps you to understand what other traders are doing, what majority of traders are doing. Remember, you are a retail trader and all you have, your funds are very small, so you cannot actually pull the move in the market. So what you need to do is to find out what are traders doing, where are their positionings. So you try to key yourself in. And then understanding this is actually going to help you a whole lot. In fact, for you to stay successful in the foreign exchange market is for you to be able to balance everything between technical, fundamental, and sentimental analysis. Those are the major determinants of what the price, the movement you are seeing on your charts. Everything you are seeing moving on your charts is actually informed by something. So you need to be well familiarized with all of this information for you to stay afloat and stay consistently profitable. A whole lot of people come in and then they are gambling with the whole system. But then I want to tell you that Forex is one of the most serious business you can ever think of. And once you are in good hands and people are showing you the right thing at the right time, then you don't have anything to regret. That is why all of you are here, and I want you guys to be very settled and rest assured that you're in good hands, because we're going to teach you everything we know possible that can help you to succeed in your forex journey. All right. So that is exactly what we have had for tonight. Tomorrow we are going to build on that. We are going to keep expanding every day, like you can see. So what you need to do, you just have to continue studying, go through the notes, add information where possible, and of course, you will be happy you are already in a good community where we are going to teach you right. I know we may um, I know we may have some questions, but then um, okay, let me see if I can take some questions from you guys. I have some messages here. I don't see um, any question. Okay. All right. Ryder, you have your hands up. Let me hear from you. Ryder, you can speak.
Um, hello, hello.
Hello, we can hear
Can
you.
I use Bitcoin in in forex trading?
Just like I think if you were part of our Zoom interactive session yesterday, I said it. As I have mentioned today in the notes, now you have technical, fundamental, and sentimental. If you are talking about using part of Forex on your Bitcoin, it might may be largely from the the technical aspect of it. That is the key levels, reading of the price action movements on the chart. Those areas can come in handy for you to be able to trade your BTC right. But then you need to know what makes BTC rise and fall. That is where you understand maybe someone has said something or someone has refused to engage the Bitcoin in a certain transaction. And of course, that can affect the market so much. So away from understanding the technical, you need to understand the economic activities that may either increase the value of BTC or actually disengage it. So that is the much I can give you. If you need more information on that, you can actually chat me up privately. I will guide you the much I can. All right. I think
Okay.
Saku, you have your hands up. Okay, so you can speak.
Hello,
Saku,
sir.
yeah, we
Good
can
evening.
hear. Good evening to you.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah, good evening.
Yes, thank you for this opportunity, sir. Yes, my question is, how can we fund our accounts? Can we use our Valve card instead of Mastercard? Because I can see in the option that we can use Valve card that is not allowed.
There are
That's it, sir.
options. There are unique options to fund your accounts. You can actually use even a bank transfer to fund your account. So that is not a problem. When we get there, we will always put you on. But I always like when our students are following things one step at a time, so that you don't get yourself messed up.
Okay,
Right?
sir. So, and also, sir, the application you asked us to download, are we to download one or everything that
I
you
have already
post on
answered that
WhatsApp?
if you chatted me up. Everything we have asked you to download are important at every given time. So you just need to, if you want to download them
Okay,
once the need arises, that's fine. But otherwise, you may want to have them preparedly installed in your phone so that once the need arises, you just pick them and then begin to use. Uh, is that
okay,
okay?
sir. Thank you very much, sir.
All right. Ben, your hand is up.
So,
Can you ask a question?
can I speak?
Yeah, you can.
Can I speak?
Ben, we are hearing you.
Okay, thank you, sir, for this opportunity. I want to first start with that. The aspect where you said there's a that where we have to deal with looking at other traders, the news, because we deal on retail trade. We don't impact the market that way. What we are trying to do is profit from the market. So is it that we are copying other traders, or we are just trying to take their news, their positions, and just use it to develop our own style? I don't really get that side.
That's fine. That's fine. I understand everything you are trying to ask. Now, let me tell you, once we are talking about sentiments, um, your ability to understand what other traders are doing helps you a whole lot. Now, once we get deep into this, I'm going to take you into the British mercantile information. Of course, you know the number of people that are on long on a currency pair. You also know the number of people that are short on a currency pair. It will help you a lot. If someone tells you that 6,000 people are actually on a long, that is, they are buying GBP USD, and then you also find out that 2,000 people are selling GBP USD, it is obvious that the weight of the movement is actually going to take on the majority of people that you have. And for you to get this information, for you to be able to get this information and use it wisely and usefully is what we are now putting you through. All right. A whole lot of people do not understand how to even trade the fundamental. In fact, once they see a chart and they see movement in the market, they just try their luck. So they get money today, tomorrow they lose it. That's why you find a different narrative in the foreign exchange market. Oh, forex is scam, forex is this. You have to ask yourself, why is the market taking this action, and why should it take the next action the next time? So those are the kind of things you as a unique trader that is different from every other person should be searching for. And information, once it comes to foreign exchange market, is very, very important. I want all of you to be very docile to what we are going to teach you. All the models we are going to give you are going to kit you up for you to be better um, in your course of trading. All right. I hope, Ben, that is clear. If you have further questions, you can always send them to my DM. I have Michael Chris. Michael Chris, you have your hands up. I give you room to speak right now. Michael Chris, if you are there, unmute yourself and speak. Okay. Okay. Who is there? Who else? Samuel. Samuel, I can find your hand. Okay.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Um, um, I'm having a question in regards to margin. You say there is a free and there's a use margin. I'm kind of confused in that aspect. I don't really understand it, sir. Thank you.
Now, once you have taken a trade, the broker actually subtracts what you have in your account into what is running, and of course also shows you the balance you have. That is the free margin, your capacity to take another trade in addition to the running trade. All right. So it is as simple as that. But if you have more difficulties, I can always address them out of maybe possibly in the course of interactions. But that is
Okay,
as
sir.
simple as it is. Once you have taken a trade, it's taken for granted that a certain portion of your account is going to be used for that trade. And so whatever remains is actually the free margin for you to be able to take another trade. That is the free margin determines that. Is that okay?
Okay, sir. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Yes, sir.
Uh, who else? Who is there? I can find Jerry. Is that Jerry? Okay, Jerry. Okay, Jerry, speak.
Yeah, hello, good evening.
Good evening.
Yeah, can I speak?
You're on.
Yeah, so about the class, yeah. So about I have a question, but I don't think it's related with what is going on. But I just want to ask.
Go
So am
ahead.
I free?
You are free.
Yeah. So le- what is the best leverage you can use for the market, as in want to trade, maybe on US or on Europe currency?
What's the best level? What's the best level?
Hello.
Hello, can you hear me?
Leverage.
Leverage. All right. Okay. We advise professionally that anybody who is willing, especially if you're a neophyte, you should be able to have the minimum of $100 in your account for you to be able to exercise yourself. $100 should be the minimum. All right, but then you can actually deposit more. But if you are depositing less, it means you should increase your level of being very careful and patience, because a lot of people have small accounts but are not patient enough to get small profit that is also commensurate with their account size. So once you are in the foreign exchange market, your patience is tried. So you need to be patient enough to take your profits bit by bit until you are able to accumulate much. All right. I hope that answers your question.
Yeah, so about the leverage, so can I use 1:1000 or 1:50, or which one
We
is the
give
best?
we advise you use 1 is to 500. All right.
Okay, 1:500.
Yes.
All right, and I also I have a demo account, and I log in demo account on my system with a VPS server, which is a VPS server. I installed a boot on it to test it and see how it runs. And but it usually drops very it drops high. I mean the rate of loss is very high.
Okay.
How
So
can I do to balance it up?
I didn't get that. You said
Um,
you want to balance what? Okay. Just do yourself a
Yeah, I
favor.
said, how can I do to
Just
balance it up?
send me a message. Send me a message on my DM. All right. Just send me a message on my DM.
Or okay.
Um. Hannah. Hannah Osombo Hannah. Sorry if I didn't get your name right. I want you to speak right now. You can unmute your mic and speak.
So I missed yesterday's Zoom class, and today I came late today. So
All
I
right.
don't know if there's a way I can get the video so I can catch up with what's going on. So,
Okay, I'll provide you a link to yesterday's class. All right. Just chat me up immediately after the class.
okay, sir. All right.
Uh, Valentine, I think you've asked your question earlier, but if you have not, then you can actually ask now. Valentine, you can ask your question right now. All right. I think he is not online. Adamu Aliyu is not ready to ask. Adamu, are you there? All right, Charles.
Good evening.
Good evening.
I want to ask about it's under the three types of market analysis. I'm asking where RSI and MA, all those, this, where do they fall under? Are they under technical or fundamental?
They are obviously under technical, right? Those ones are helping you to determine trends, entries, and all of that, right? Reversals, those are part of technicals.
Okay.
All right, that's fine.
All right.
Uh,
Thanks.
who else is here? Let me check. Okay, Valentine, you said you were not. I asked you to unmute yourself. I gave you the permission to unmute yourself, so I think you should be able to speak. Valentine, can you speak if you still have a question to ask? All right.
Okay, sir. So about that technical something, sir, that the candlesticks and everything. How do I know when? I don't really don't understand when the this thing drops. I don't understand that aspect of that. That's my only problem.
You don't understand what?
So I can you hear me? The technical aspects for the this thing.
We just introduced
I'm
you to the
actually lost
technical aspect.
when you were.
Allow yourself to learn. We are going to build you on the models. You will understand it as we proceed, okay? Just get relaxed. You're going to understand it, okay?
Okay, sir.
All right, that's fine. Let me now go to the chat room. Let's see what is happening here. I think we have some messages. Okay. Uh, Olamilekon, I think you said you have a question and you didn't drop the question. Olamilekon, can you speak? Olamilekon, can you speak? Are you there? All right, Chooks. Chooks, go ahead and speak.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, my question is like you guys say there and like what is mean on 1 is 500? Like I don't understand it. One lady like that answered my question saying that leverage means slippage, which the both I don't understand these two terms. Please can you
Now,
explain better?
now all of those terms are going to come in. You are going to understand that. Now, but then the simplest way for you to understand leverage is an ability for you to use a small thing to get more. All right. Normally, if you deposit $100, for you to be able to use $100 account and even make $1,000 is within the purview of your leverage. All right. So as big as your leverage gives you the capacity to earn more, it can also give the capacity to lose more. So that is why you need to learn and understand how to trade before the leverage becomes more profitable to you. Do you understand me? It's just simply to say using a small thing to get a bigger thing. That's in simple terms.
Okay.
Just like the name suggests, 1 is to 500. So you can use one and then, of course, accumulate up to 500. Okay. But then as we go, we are going to expand and then you get more information to guide you on it. Okay. Uh, Serial, do you have a question? All right. We have actually taken a good part of our time in explaining things. Tomorrow we are going to continue from where we have stopped. But then your questions can always come to my DM anytime. You can always ask your question at any time, wherever you find difficulties, whenever you are in difficulties. Always send in your questions. We are going to attend to them. That is the reason why you are part of us, and then our duty is to stay handy for you to be able to get it right. Ask your question at any time you feel you need answers so that you can get it fresh. All right. So let's end this session. I wish all of you a good night rest. Tomorrow we will continue from where we have stopped. All right. Good night, all of you.
All right. Good night.